Hey there, millionaire. It's nice to see you again. Picture this. After long weeks of working, you finally get your hard-earned paycheck. While you want to hold on to every cent, you decide to trust your luck and invest in the world's biggest lottery. After all, your entire village is participating, so why not? Well, to everyone's shock and surprise, this is how the small town of Soneto, Spain, became a million-dollar community overnight. In today's video, let's explore the true and jaw-dropping story of how every single Soneto resident's life changed forever after winning the biggest lottery in the country. Well, everyone except for one unlucky resident. But we'll go into their story soon, so make sure to keep watching. Let's start from the very beginning. Located in the western part of Spain, in a small village of Soneto that was officially created in 1950. Along with its very recent history, the community of Soneto has a population of only 240 residents. While most citizens of the world, and even Spaniards themselves, would have trouble recognizing this village, Soneto became a household name in December of 2011. After a shocking turn of events, all 240 residents of this picturesque Spanish village became millionaires overnight, all except for one townsman who had recently moved to Soneto. Before hitting the jackpot and becoming international superstars, the civilians of Soneto lived a very simple yet beautiful life. Their everyday routines would consist of having breakfast with their families and neighbors, handling crops of the land, and enjoying afternoon drinks at the one and only local bar. Even in times of financial hardship and poverty, friendships, loyalty, and community mattered more to the residents of Soneto than any large sums of money. That became even more evident as the millionaires continued to live their usual lives without the need for expensive sports cars, luxurious vacations, or state-of-the-art technology. But as one might expect, winning hundreds of thousands and millions of euros has its pitfalls, and not everyone can handle such a fortune. On December 22nd of 2011, 240 residents of Soneto united to have their luck with the world's richest lottery draw known as El Gordo, or the Fat One. This one-of-a-kind Christmas lottery is held every year on December 22nd, and it helps jumpstart the festive season across the nation. When it comes to the lottery system in Spain, the rules are a bit different in nature. Instead of picking out the lottery numbers yourself, El Gordo offers pre-printed tickets with the digits. With 100,000 different lottery numbers in the El Gordo, ranging from 5 zeros to 5 nines, citizens and residents of Spain crowd over their television screens, waiting to see which numbers drop inside the rotating drum. But how exactly did the village of Soneto end up with the winning lottery ticket? Keep on watching to find out. With around 2 billion euro payouts, the El Gordo Christmas lottery deserves its stunning and exciting reputation, as one ticket for the El Gordo lottery may cost hundreds and even thousands of euros. Many citizens gather in groups to divide the payment in their fractions of the lottery ticket. Those people who invest are called participación, and their respective shares depend on how much they contributed to the ticket. In 2011, after experiencing financial troubles and hardships, most residents of Soneto came to a conclusion to skip the annual El Gordo lottery draw. As participating in the Christmas lottery became somewhat of a tradition, the Housewives Association of Soneto devised a masterful plan that would encourage all residents to get involved. Day by day, the members of the Housewives Association would go knocking door to door, inspiring their fellow neighbors and friends to take a chance. Even the unemployed and most hesitant citizens caved in to unite for this annual tradition. While many may not believe in fate or destiny, the small village of Soneto showed the world how camaraderie and persistence resulted in millions of euros. The El Gordo Christmas Lottery printed 1,800 tickets with the first prize winning number of 58268. Can you guess which village had 1,200 participaciones for the winning ticket? Yes, you guessed it right. When all the winning numbers were counted and distributed, it was revealed that every single family in Soneto had at least one lucky participación, which resulted in their jaw-dropping winnings. Tiny streets and cobblestone lanes were filled with screams of joy. One by one, residents and locals of Soneto ran to the streets to express their unimaginable euphoria and triumph. Neighbors celebrated and danced together. Calls were made to loved ones, and tears of joy watered the green crops of Soneto. Moments later, television cameras, news outlets, and the national press would find their way to the small village located west of Barcelona. Now, millionaires, you might be wondering, How much did the residents of Sodeto end up winning, and what did they do with their newfound wealth? As we've mentioned, the El Gordo winnings are usually divided evenly by the participaciones and their investment shares. Just one participación in the 2011 El Gordo Christmas draw was worth 100,000 euros. Families that had 4 participaciones bagged 400,000 euros, while others became actual millionaires thanks to their stroke of luck. In the total winning sum, how does a whopping 720 million euros sound? Pretty impressive if you ask me. The mayor of Sodeto, Rosa Ponsarina, expressed how the tiny village was instantly captivated by the winnings. No longer were there worries of paying off mortgages, local debts, or heavy charges. Serena shared, everyone has his or her feet on the ground after the lottery. What we won was peace of mind. When they played the lottery, many couldn't plant because there was a drought. And then, in 1 second, all the mortgages disappeared. This morning, my neighbor called me to come have a coffee, and I went in my housecoat. These little things give us our quality of life. The reality of hundreds of thousands of euros didn't faze many locals. Months and years after the monumental 2011 win, the world witnessed how the stone houses, modest barns, and farms didn't display a drastic change. On the outside, many wouldn't believe that the village of Sodeto housed actual millionaires, as the community remained the same. Yes, even though living rooms were now decorated with flat-screen TVs, marble countertops, and leather sofas, the people of Sodeto could never forget their humble beginnings. Local residents, Herminia Gayon and her farmer son, Jose, opened up about how the lottery win affected the lives of their fellow neighbors and why, despite hundreds of thousands in the bank, the Sodeto residents chose to stay in their community. Jose expressed, "You didn't have anything before, and at this moment, you have everything. As the hours go by, you calm down. The people didn't go crazy. They didn't buy and spend." One important question still roamed everyone's mind. Why did the locals stay? What stopped them from taking their winnings and exploring the rest of the world with luxurious trips and vacations? Well, with one simple sentence, Herminia spoke the words of truth that struck a chord in everyone's heart. Where would I go? I won with all these people. Hearing the incredible story of Sodeto, Spain, seems like a true rags to riches fairy tale story come to life. But when destiny knocked on every Spaniard's door, there was one person who unfortunately missed his chance of wealth and luck. After falling in love with a gorgeous Spanish citizen, Greek filmmaker Kostas Mitsotakis decided to uproot his entire life and move to the village of Sodeto. This heartwarming love story soon came to a bitter end, as Kostas was left heartbroken in a foreign city. After years of getting adjusted to the calm and serene nature of Sodeto, Kostas decided to stay in the village and see where his journey would take him next. Sadly, while the members of the Housewives Association were knocking door to door, they did forget to contact the Greek documentary filmmaker for his share of the winning ticket. Kostas shared, "It took me a couple of days to discover I was the only one who had missed out." Surprisingly enough, Kostas didn't harbor any bitterness or hostility towards his new neighbors. Instead, the filmmaker took this one-of-a-kind event as an opportunity to capture the tear-jerking moments of joy and celebration. These unique shots and videos were recorded in the village square and were included in Kostas' documentary film about Sodeto, called When Touched. Kostas' story tells the importance of being at the right place at the right time. After all, fate and destiny may arrive knocking when we least expect it, and that's why we should always be ready to open the door.